Grade that is in the fourth. I am teacher. Miss Keenan, she's, how you say, sick. I am from Mother Russia. I'm here to teach you things because she's sick and she says she need me to do this. So here I am. Okay? Let's do the learning. Just kidding, guys. You knew it was me. Anyways, hi again. We're back for our revising video. That is our countdown to STAR. By now, you've already had the lecture that this is now a must-do. It is not an option anymore. This and your composition is a must-do, so you have to get them done in the week. It is not an option. This and your composition must be done, and your spelling is a may-do. So let's go ahead and get started so we can get this out of the way. You should have your countdown to writing STAR. You should find it in the bin over by the door, okay? For the love of the sweet Lord, put your friggin' name on this paper. If I have to grade one more paper that doesn't have a name on it, I'm coming for you. Do you hear me? I'm coming for you, okay? First name, last name, then put your homeroom teacher. Not that hard, friends. Okay? Cool beans. Next part is you need to make sure you have a pencil, obviously, because you have to write your name. You need to make sure you have a highlighter, and we need to go ahead and do the first part of our revising test, which is reading the intro and finding out what we are going to write for our strategies, okay? So our introduction says, Aaliyah wrote a story about a fish called a trout. She wrote the story as if she were a trout herself. She wants you to read the story and help her make improvements. Read Aaliyah's story, then answer the questions that follow. So you should have boxed in the intro. Okay. Got out your highlighter and highlighted the word make improvements. When you see that, you know it is a revising. All right. Once you see revising on the side, you need to write arms. Just arm, not two arms, just one. Add. Remove, replace, and move, okay? Those are going to be your strategies that you're using for your revising test. Before you read the actual passage itself, you have to go over here to the questions and read your questions to find out what you are going to be looking for, okay? I'm going to zoom this little baby in a little bit, okay? Number 1 says, Aaliyah wants to add a sentence to the end of her first paragraph, sentences 1 through 5. Which sentence could she add to her story? All right, your important information here is obviously add and first paragraph, which is sentences 1 through 5. What are you doing in this sentence? What is that? Oh, you're adding because you've seen that dadgum word twice? Yes, you're so right, my friends. Add, okay? Beautiful. Now we're going to go on to number 2. What is the best way to revise sentence 12? Okay. What it wants you to do here is to take out sentence 12 and replace it with a newly revised sentence 12. Essentially, you're just changing it to make it sound better. So you're going to put remove and replace because you are removing, like I said, sentence 12. Y'all look at this. What is wrong with me? There. Okay. Sentence 12. Okay. Next, we have question number 3. It says, look at sentence 27. The phrase complete entire seems redundant to Aaliyah. Which word could best replace complete entire and help Aaliyah improve this sentence? You've got the word replace here. You've got sentence 27, and you've got the phrase she wants to replace, which is complete entire. All right? So you need to write on here, replace. Capisci? Capisci. All right. Question number 4. Aaliyah wants to add, repítame por favor. Aaliyah wants to add a conclusion to her story. Which of the following could best follow sentence 30 and close this story? Okay? Sentence 30 is what you need to highlight, and you also need to write add a conclusion. No, don't run away. Okay. Add. Your next step is to go through, whoa man, and read this passage. I didn't even see if y'all could see that, so I'm going to put it right here in case you couldn't see what I was doing, so I'm going to leave it right here. If you need to, pause it and catch up. Did you do that? Okay, cool. All right, let's move on. You now need to go through and read your passage. This is a story based on a fish, but the girl is pretending that she is a fish, and she is telling you how to not get eaten. Okay? Pause the video here, watch it. Or sorry, not watch it. Read the passage and come back to me when you're done. Oh, hey, you're back? Okay, cool. So what you're going to do now is go over and answer your 4 questions. You only have 4 questions this time, and that is easy peasy, lemon or squeezy, okay? We're going to start off with question number 1. It says, Aaliyah wants to add to the end of her first sentences 1 through 5. Which sentence could she add to her story? Okay, you're going to take your highlighter, and you are not, let me say this again, you are not going to highlight that whole daggum paragraph. What you are going to do is put some brackets around it like this, okay? Brackets are like half of a box. All right. The next thing you're going to do is count how many sentences are in this paragraph. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? It wants you to add a conclusion to the end of this paragraph to sum it all up and give it a beautiful bow. So we cannot read 1 sentence. We can't read 2 sentences. We can't read 3 or even 4. We have to read all 5 and decide on the top pick to choose a sentence there. So over here in your big white space, I want you to number to 5. Okay? This is where all of your topics for those sentences are going to go, and then we are going to choose a sentence based on the topics of those sentences. So let's start with sentence 1. Sentence 1 says, have you ever heard about the one that got away? What's the topic there? Easy peasy. 1, and I'm going to write the number, that got away. Okay. Sentence 2 says, the huge fish that fisherman almost caught. Huge fish. Almost caught. Sentence 3, well, I'm the one. This is the fish. Okay. Sentence 4. No fisherman has ever caught me. Never caught. Sentence 5. I am a lake trout, and I'm probably the smartest trout in the state. Lake trout, smart. All right? What you're going to do now is you're going to take all 5 of these sentences, and you're going to come over here to your answer choices and decide which one could work better based on their topics. A, if I tell you my story, perhaps you can learn how to avoid being caught yourself. Okay? All of this whole first paragraph, if I were to summarize it, it would be about the fact that this fish has never been caught. Okay? And it is obvious that this fish has a certain method to not getting caught. All right? If I were you, I would just put a dot by this one. It says, if I tell you my story, perhaps you can learn how to avoid being caught. Okay? You're going to write the topic out here to the side of this sentence. Learn to not be caught. Ooh, going to have to go like this. That says caught, just not very well. Okay, guys? Now we're going to go to answer choice B. You probably don't want to hear my story because it's boring. No. You're going to underline the word boring there. In the first paragraph, did it talk anything about him being boring? No. So cross it out. Later in the story, I'll tell you how to make fishermen angry. Are we worried about how to make fishermen angry, underlining that? No, we're worried about how to not get caught. Okay, that was the whole purpose of that first paragraph over on this side. Okay, it was all about how this is the biggest fish in the lake. Here's how you don't get caught because I'm the smartest. All right, cross it out. Lastly, I'm going to tell you about 3 rules that you should always follow to stay alive. And here's the first rule. I want you to underline that. Now, here's the crucial part. If you've already read this, which I already have, when you get down here to sentence 13, it does start to talk about 3 rules. If you notice, it says, if you want to live a long and happy life, you have to follow 3 simple rules. If you are not using your context clues, if you are not thinking through it and using your strategies, you're going to choose D because it's something that you've already heard. But I want you to notice the sentence after sentence 5, okay? This is the next sentence after the first paragraph. If this over here says, here's the first rule, sentence 6 should start with, the first rule is, but it doesn't. It says, I have lived in the lake for more than 10 years. There is no way that answer choice D would fit best after sentence 6, okay? Because it is not describing the rules yet. Cross that one out. Your only other choice here is A because it talks about how to not be caught. If you notice here in your topics, got away, almost caught, never caught, smart, okay? Most of paragraph 1 is about being smart and not being caught. We are looking for one that is similar or that has the same topic that we summarized, which is, I'll tell you how to avoid being caught as well. Okay? Number 2. That was very rude. I'm sorry, guys. I did not mean to burp in your ear, but I was just drinking a little soda to make my tummy burp. Okay? What is the best way to revise sentence 12? What it's wanting you to do is to take out sentence 12 and replace it with a new, brand new, sparkling sentence 12. Okay? First things first, I'm the realist. Drop it down, let the whole world feel it. You're going to highlight sentence 12. And then you're going to write a couple of words, meaning jot down a couple of words about what the sentence is about. Sentence 12 says, these tricks in this lake in Colorado have kept me alive all these years. Holy guacamole. Chop up those avocados, put some pico de gallo in, and say, whoa. Because there are too many words in that sentence. I'm going to read it one more time. These tricks in this lake in Colorado have kept me alive all these years. Okay? Out to the side, you're going to write tricks, comma, lakes, comma, Colorado. In Colorado. I'm going to underline this word in and in. There's too many ins there. When I read it, it doesn't flow smoothly. You've worked on this with Miss Kornman, especially in your own writing, where she pulled out sentences that did not sound correct and you had to correct them, okay? These tricks in this lake in Colorado have kept me alive all these years. We are going to look at our answer choices and see which one closely matches it. These tricks in Colorado have kept me alive in this lake all these years. It still has too many ins. If you see right here, it's too many. We need to learn how to condense it down and to make it better. Louie's trying to go outside. We're not going outside. See? Hi. We're not going outside. It's not happening, friend. I'm doing a video right now. You're going to have to do something else. Okay, good. Anyways, back to our talking about replacing and moving the sentences. It still has too many ends, and we're trying to get rid of one of those, at least one of those, and condense it down. So cross it out. Also, if you did your job and you circled everything that was different in there, you would have circled the next in, which is incorrect. Or sorry, you would have circled the comma, which is random, and it should not be in there because it's not a compound sentence or a complex sentence. Cross it out, okay? These tricks have kept me alive in this lake in Colorado all these years. Well, it still has in, one too many ends, and it doesn't have any commas we're not supposed to have. These tricks have kept me alive in this lake in Colorado all these years. Meh, I don't know about you, but it doesn't sound terrible. I'm not mad about it. I'm going to put a dot by it. There might be one that's better. These tricks in Colorado have kept me alive all these years. See this comma here and this comma here? There's no reason those commas should be there. These tricks in this lake in Colorado have kept me alive all these years. Okay? Those sentences are meant to break apart some of the information in the sentence, and it just doesn't make sense. These years in Colorado in this lake have kept me alive all these years. It says years twice. It has one too many ends again, and it just doesn't flow smoothly. Okay? While G still doesn't make the most sense, it's probably the best fit answer there. These tricks have kept me alive in this lake in Colorado all these years. All right? Trust me, I don't know. The old white dudes are awful, and they don't really make any sense, but we just have to think through it using what we know. Okay? Next one. Look at sentence 27. The phrase complete entire seems redundant to Aaliyah. This word redundant means, I want you to highlight it. This word redundant means it's boring, it doesn't work, there's too many words in there. If something is completely and entirely, that means all of it. Another word for all, what might be whole or everything, or another synonym that is similar to that, okay? It says, look at sentence 27. The phrase complete entire seems redundant to Aaliyah. Which word could best replace complete entire and help Aaliyah improve this sentence? All right, you're going to go over to sentence 27, and you are not going to highlight the whole dadgum thing. It only wants you to replace one phrase. What phrase is that, my friends? Oh, yes, complete entire. What complete entire thing is it talking about? They can only hook you if you have the complete entire worm in your mouth, okay? In order to see this, I want you to come down here and draw a lake. Draw yourself a little fishing pole with a hook on the end and a worm, okay? I now want you to draw a fish. Now, it doesn't have to be a good fish. Mine's not the best fish, but it'll do, okay? If the fish chomps down right here, it's only going to get this part of the worm, and it's going to chop off and swim away. If it gets right here, just above the hook, it's still going to be able to chop off the worm and get away. If it chops down on this whole part right here, that puts the whole hook in its mouth because it has the whole worm on it. If that still doesn't make sense to you, you're going to plug in each of these words in that place. So I'm going to put the first one, part, there, and I'm going to read it. They can only hook you if you have the part worm in your mouth. Okay? Doesn't make sense. Next word is massive. Louie, no, we are not going outside. It is cold, friend. They can only hook you if you have the massive worm in your mouth. Maybe. That can make sense. They can only hook you if they have the dangling. Dangling means hanging. worm in your mouth. You don't want the fish to hang. You don't want the worm to hang, because if it hangs, it's going to be able to chop off part of the worm and swim away. So dangling doesn't make sense. And last is whole. Okay? I'm going to read it with the word whole in there. They can only hook you if you have the whole worm in your mouth. That's what we just drew a picture for. Not massive. We just drew a picture for the whole worm. Okay? Next we have question number 4, which is, hold on, my phone's dying. I need to plug it in, people. Hold on. I got to go get my thing. Just wait 1 second. If you need to, fast forward like 45 seconds, but I got to go get my charger. Wait, I'm coming. Don't die. Don't die, phone. We're nearly there. Okay, hold on. Hold on, we got it. Okay. Hold on, people. Hold on. Hold on. We getting there. We getting there. Let me plug it in. Plug it in. Plug it in. Okay, hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Don't die. Don't do it. I know you're gonna tell me. Just don't do it. Don't die yet. Don't you do it. Okay. I think we're good. Should be plugged in now. If it dies, it dies, but hopefully it doesn't. Okay, last. Aaliyah wants to add a conclusion to her story. Which of the following could best follow sentence 30 and close the story? All right, we got to do this quick because my charger is being dumb. Okay. Sentence 30 says, it's great fun to watch. In order to understand what we have to write, we have to read the whole last paragraph. Rule number 3, have fun. Next time you see a hook land in the water, attach it to an old boot or a rubber tire. It's great fun to watch, okay? What it's talking about here is how the fish has fun while it's in the water. It's obviously bored because it's never been eaten and it's never been caught. And so it's saying attach it to a thing that's going to drag the fishermen down or is going to make it hard for them to pull up. All right? So we have to look for one that goes along with that. You can also have fun by jumping out of the water and catching flies in your mouth. Possibly it's still on the same topic of having fun, so I'm going to put a dot by it. There is no rule number 4. Make your own up if you want. We weren't talking about having a rule number 4. We were talking about only 3 rules, which is what the paragraph above us said. There are 3 rules, okay? It didn't say there's a 4th rule. It only said there's 3, so it doesn't make sense to add a 4th randomly. If you want to follow these 3 simple rules, you yourself can be the one that got away. We talked about in the first paragraph how we would add the sentence that said, if I tell you my story, perhaps you can learn how to avoid being caught. We started it with, you can learn from me on how to never be caught, and we are going to end it with, hopefully I taught you how to not be caught. So I'm going to put a dot by it. Lastly, the state of Colorado certainly has the most beautiful lakes in the United States. Were we talking about Colorado in the last sentence? No. We were talking about the rules, and we were talking about how to stay alive and how to have fun as a fish, okay? I already know if this was a district assessment, a CFA, something you were doing on your own, most of you would choose F because it has the same word in here, fun. But you have to read the entire paragraph and the entire story in order to understand what's going to work best there. The reason this one is hard is because the sentence we added directly corresponds to the one we're going to add now. And when you look over here, it's not added. It's not something you can read. When you go back, hey, thank you. Y'all, Louie just, Lord Jesus, he just spit this eyeball out. Good Lord. Anyways, it directly corresponds to the sentence is what I'm trying to say. Like I said, the one we added is how to avoid being caught. And we want to end it with, if you follow these rules, you yourself will not be caught. It is not how to have fun. Okay? You have to read all of it, summarize it, and make an inference before you just assume that it has to have the same topic. All right? Let me show you my dumb dog now. Look at his, oh, there we go. Back up. Say hi. Say hi. Look at his dumb mouth. But I wanted to show you all my little crafting. I think I already showed y'all this, actually. The thing that Louis was chewing on is his baby. He has this octopus that used to have eyes, but now it has no eyes. And so that's where we're at with that. Yeah. Anyways, love you guys. Mean it. And I'll see you later.